I was struggling to think about what to talk about today, and it came to my mind, and this is something that I want to cover more in depth in a video on my other channel, but I just thought I'd talk a little bit about it now because I saw some things about it. So, science and religion. Let's think about that for a moment. Science and religion. Do you think science is a religion? Do you think science contradicts religion? I think it's both, and here's the reason why. So we have science, okay? Science is the human observation of life and things that are happening in life. What does that sound a lot like? Religion. Religion is the human observation and interpretation of ancient scriptures written by humans. It is the interpretation of, a lot of these ways to live and the best way to actually live and the best life you could possibly live, and what you must do in order to get to heaven, So, science is actually a way that people use to discredit religion. They say religion doesn't actually exist because science says that there's no such thing as God, there's no such thing as this and that. But what is science? Science is the human observation. So, basically what this does, religion is a way that people interpret another being that is higher than them, more intelligent than they are, more powerful than they are. A higher being is their God, that they must bow down to them. Not necessarily, depends on the religion, but they must follow the teachings of that because they know all, that higher power. Science is saying, no, there is no higher power. Human beings are God, especially the scientists. The scientists are the gods. So you must listen to them because they know what's best. They know what's best for you. They know what's best for your life. They know what's best for anything that goes on in the world. So you must listen to them at all times, else you would be considered anti-science, and we don't want that. We don't want that. So we have all these rules that are being put out for the name of this science religion. Now there are so many people who just kind of bow down to science, saying, because science, listen to science. If you don't listen to science and you're anti-science, then, whatever else negative things that they end up saying. But the whole point is that science is the human observation. Science to these people is a religion. They will bow down to science and the scientists. What about the day when the whole foundation of science has been rooted in something that didn't really make any sense? Perhaps a new discovery is made by a human, okay? Always humans. What if a new discovery is made and it turns out that the whole way that a lot of experiments have been conducted, the way that people are observing things, is completely wrong? What then? All those people who bowed down to science and trusted it no matter what would be falling on their face, essentially saying, oh, well, I was wrong about all this. Yes. For me personally, I am not a science denier. I believe in the science. I look at the science, the true science, not the science that the mainstream media puts out, not the science that you hear a lot about, that makes the mainstream, okay? The more type of science that actually shows more in depth of some of the stuff that's being hidden rather from the public. But I also remain an open mind because I'm like, whenever I view anything, I'm like, that sounds interesting, but again, human observation. Why would I trust human beings with 100% facts and honesty? Why would I 100% believe someone else? That is pretty much what I think and what I say, because what ends up happening then is I have an open mind, and I would look at information, and I would say, okay, now I want to make my own conclusion based on that. I want to make my own interpretation of this. I'm not going to blindly look at it and go, oh, guess what, guys? You know? So I think that's what people need to get out of this mindset, that science is the number one thing that's going to save humanity. It's not. You can't have another human who's a flawed creature create something so perfect, so absolutely flawless. It's just not a possibility. And to all the people who actually believe in science, all the people who are in the religious cult of science, the one question I have for you is, do you consider people who are do you call people who question science and who say, who don't believe that the science is settled, that science is open for interpretation, do you call those people anti-science? If you are very pro-science and you call the people who question science and who don't say that science is never settled, if you call those people anti-science, then guess what? You were the anti-science one, because science is all about being open to interpretation. That is where the foundation lies. So if you've gone so far on the path of being indoctrinated into this and you have forgotten what the true meaning is, kind of like those hardcore Christians, you know? It's like God accepts all except for the gay people, except for the transgender people, except if you disobey him in any way, he will punish you. It's like, I thought God accepted all. Yeah, but except those people. This is the science equivalent to those type of people who say it's anti-science to say that the science is not settled. Science is always settled. It's like, no, it's not. Science is always open for interpretation. So that's just something interesting I was thinking about today. So let me know your thoughts on it. You'll take care, have a great one, and I will catch you later, okay? Bye-bye.